What's up, YouTube fam? It's Dark Angel's Journey. I'm Shakira. Hope all is well and you've had a lovely, lovely trading experience this last week. I know I did, even though I did have one trade of annoyance where I got kicked out because I moved my stop just a little bit too close to the sun. Anyway, as always, we'll be back testing my trading setup. So be utilizing order blocks, fair value gaps, inversion fair value gaps, higher time frame, PD arrays, all that good stuff. So let's go. There's a thing under the desk. There's a kitty on the ledge right over here, so don't be alarmed. It's also really dark. Like, the last week has been bright and shiny, lots going on, and today it's colder, it's raining, and it's dark. Great day to stay in and watch movies and cuddle up to a special someone, or just cuddle up. All right, so we're gonna continue on with March 30th. This is the 9:30 time frame. I'm gonna set this. We're using Thinkorswim's on-demand feature for this as usual. Press play so time can move. All right, so we have all this juiciness. I'm going to delete that because I assume I was looking at other things. Whoops. Zoomed in too far there. All right, so at that point, we'd been dropping quite a bit. Me also take a look at the news for that day. So we had Fed Chair Powell speaking at 10:30. I don't know how that would have affected things, but let's see. So we've been very, very bearish. We have this daily order block right here and big, daily fair value gap that formed between these three candles. So at this point, we're still very bearish. Let's go to the 4-hour. I'm also working out my my order settings too. So this week I've been using my order settings without the TP, so I can set the TP, but now I realize I need to also be able to modify my stop loss. And I don't think the brackets allow for that. It says either I put it in singular orders or not at all. Anyway, so this 4-hour is saying we are pushing up. So along into this order block up here would not be weird. So I'm just going to note that. So let's call that 4-hour OB. Preferences, we stay inside of this fair value gap, and then we continue on down. It's just a 4-hour OB. Let's bearish order block. Just so I know what it is. Keep that black. All right. And go to the 1-hour. So the 1-hour is very bullish, and the 4-hour is also very bullish. If we bust above this, then could definitely, run into at least the order block at minimum for long. Okay. And we have this 1-hour order block here. We've busted above it with this wick and then tapped into it one more time. We're at this order block. So what I'd be thinking is we have this 1-hour order block here, or fair value gap, I should say. If we bust above that, then I'd be interested in taking a long. But that would be the requirement. If we stay below it, then we're going short because that's where we've been. That's what we've been doing. So I'm just waiting. We'll just wait and see. I guess we won't wait too long because, that would be the target for now. So we can move this up to 9:45 since we don't have any news until 10:30 with Powell speaking. Okay. All right. Beautiful rejection on the 15-minute there. So I'd be looking, because I like the tap and the rejection. So we're short biased in general, right? So where's London lows in all of this? Okay, so right around here would be nice. It looks like they're gonna run for it. Let's note that. All right. Beautiful rejection. So now, honestly, now I would be looking for a retracement back up into one of these 5-minute fair value gaps and a nice rejection. We've got one, we've got two. So the possibility of them rolling back up into the first one is not weird. Love to see them wick into it and then drop. If they just keep dropping, then I got nothing to do because I'd be watching the 5-minute for the most part. Let's also dip into the 1 hour. I want to see if I have like a nice bearish, yeah, fair value gap. That could also be a nice target. So we have this volume imbalance all the way down here. Let's take a look at that little volume imbalance, make it super light purple. Also a nice target, plus, fair value gaps in the middle of all of that. So nice rejection from this for fair value gap. Beautiful rejection, beautiful follow through. 946. In order for me to get into this type of short, I would need some sort of retracement back up in here. My preference would be for them to give me a chance through this one, maybe wick into this guy, but leave the main portions of the body in this one, and then I could get a short down to London lows or even the volume imbalance. But this looks very heavy. Pretty sure it's one of these days where I did not trade this day. And I want to check my after we test it, I can check my journal and see. But for the moment, don't think I did any trading. All right, so taking a little bit of lows here. Not weird for them to like pull back up a bit after taking some liquidity. Then in Bala here, which is nice because beautiful rejection. So now we're hoping for them to plot back up here. So I'm going to note this one, even though I want to see them run into this one as well. So I'm just be patient. Just note that fair value gap right there. But I've seen them run up. They've run a long way though. So I don't know. Oh, man, I want to get out of bed today. So look at the 1 minute. Sometimes you look at the 1 minute, you can probably get some good entries. Like on the 1 minute, this was forming, so no, but I would have been interested in an entry at the order block here or the midpoint of fair value gap. Lately, I've been taking it at the very base, depending on how big the stop is. But after it's been dropping so much, I'd prefer a much bigger retracement back up. So I've noted the area I'm interested in a retracement. So let's wait and see if we can get a pop back up into that space for an entry. So no, let's be clear, right? We had big push up here, huge rejection from this bearish fair value gap. And then at 9:30, we had the manipulation. We came up, we swept these guys, and then we dropped. Beautiful shift downward. And then just lovely follow through. So now all I'm waiting for is a reason to go short. But in my mind, like taking a short from here feels like chasing it. Now you might get lucky sometimes and they want to just keep going, but a lot of times when you grab it at the base here, you're just chasing. Seriously, you're just chasing. So now it's just me just need to wait and see what we get. Ba, 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 ba. And sometimes we just have to watch it run away from us. That's just how it goes sometimes. All right, so we're just barreling to the London lows. No real retracement back up. But part of our purpose as traders is to be, patient. And sometimes you just gotta watch it leave you. Sometimes I like to look at the 2 minutes to see if there was something there for me to use versus the 1 minute. Oh man, the cats woke me up at like just shy of 6 a.m. because there was just loud noise just going on. I couldn't understand what the heck was happening. So as I think about it, like Sasha, she's been really good at opening doors and she likes to open the laundry door for whatever reason. And so she was pushing against the laundry door, but we have it blocked so she can't open it because we don't want her jumping into it. And that's the sound I was hearing. I was like, what is happening? What? It was so crazy. Anyway, so the other thing that's been kind of nice for me over the last like few weeks of trading is like I've been slowly getting more comfortable putting the orders in and re-entering with the micros. I don't know, they're really a serious de-stressor for real, like a serious de-stressor, which is amazing. I love it. So this hour is about to close. So another thing that I've learned too is to watch these hour candles. Look at that bearish hour candle. Nice. So forming an order block in here on the 1 hour. So it'll be nice for them to close and then reach back up a bit into that order block, which is still into where I'm interested in an entry. Oh, look at that. Huh. There's a 1 hour fair value gap they just sort of used a little bit, rejected, and then busted through. I like that one. Probably like that one better. Let's see. All right, let's push this to 10 o'clock so we don't have to wait. Because I wouldn't mind going back to reading my book. But I do have to, like, put myself first. I have a dream, and it is to... Whoa, okay, yeah. So that hour closed super duper bearish, which is great. So that's the first. Actually, I'm going to go back to that fair value gap. This one right here. So my general desire at this point is if they want to roll back up into this area here, reject from it, and then we can go down to the volume imbalance. Let's see. New hour. Sometimes that likes to run back up. But no joke, it's hard for me to get in on these like just pure drops without retracements. It's not the best. So they've taken London lows out. In this general vicinity, we do have a smaller fair value gap that's been used as support. It's probably a bigger 15 minutes, but we'll see. So if we form like a 5 minute order block here, then I might be interested in taking the short because at least we have some structure. Let's look at this on the 1 minute. So new 1 hour candle. I'd like to see some retracement back up. That would be great. But it's very heavy, so might not even get that. Wow, it is really dark. Like, rain is really doing it. I turn all the lights on so I can see. Oof. I don't know how people use these bright spotlight lights on. It's just way too bright for me. All right, just gonna. All right, so we've already hit London. Let's push this forward to 10:05. See if we get that 5 minute candle to close. Okay, good. Might need to wait a sec. Actually, let's speed. Let's speed run this puppy. If we drop aggressively through here, then I will just try. I think this stop might allow for like a 2 micro. What's above it? Oof. There's a little crack in the paint there. Love those. So my stop would need to be above that. These wicks are dangerous. I don't know if you've seen these wicks, but they are out of control. So this might be a 1 micro trade into this volume imbalance. If this closes below, then we'll take it at the body of the order block. So I much prefer the 5 minute entry, but my preference is for them to come back up and tap this and then drop. That's the thing about being traders, man. We have to be patient. And I give scalpers mad props because that is like incredible. Like you have to wait for signatures. You got to wait for, price to tell you what it wants to do. Like in this case, if we're getting close to the close of a 1 hour candle, I've learned this last week to maybe wait for that candle to close. And now we can probably get like a bit of a retracement before the next continuation down. But it's looking really good for shorts. It's like super windy. Okay. So remember I said there's a crack in the paint right here. I like that. So if I had like a nice area for entry, it would be nice. It would be like right there, but it's not exactly where I'm interested in a short, so. But here is the retracement back up. They took London. So I like this. So if we drop below here, then I'll be interested in the short. Because like last week, I had actually a pretty green week. I didn't trade on Wednesday. I took a trade on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I was a little salty about Thursday because I got knocked out of a juicy long because I put my stop in the wrong place. And then Friday I took the long, and then they did the exact same thing. They wicked hard down, but this time my stop was in the right place. Because when they do that, they usually stop below the protected lows, So, it's not that bad. Like you can kind of see here, like they wicked down. So if your stop was below here, you'd have been okay. All the wicking, even here. But then once they do that though, then you're good to go to, not worry about them doing it again. Not that they can't, it's just that, at least last week with the super duper trending market that we're in. Love that, by the way. Love it. It is beautiful. Love that. It is exactly what that works well for my trading style is that aggressive trading. Now, my question becomes like, we've run up. Is that all the retracement we're going to get? Do I get my entry here? All about how this closes. I prefer if they tap into this guy and use it as support for continuation down into the volume imbalance. They've also taken London, but I am, still very bearish. We've shown a very aggressive desire to go lower. Sometimes one of my concerns is, are they done, going lower? So we'll have to see. But as a continuation short, I need a fair value gap to be tapped. But I just noticed like they've tapped the low here, which is a thing, of course, that they could like, use this mitigation block to, continue that move short. So there's a tiny 5-minute fair value gap in here. Let's look at this on the 15. Okay. Tiniest of drops on the 15. So just looking at the higher time frames will save your life for real. Like getting stuck on the 1 minute is not a great thing, especially for my type of trading. So what I want to, with this next hour, what I want to see is it, tap wick this thing and then tap and then continue pushing lower. That's what I'd love to see. Don't know if we get that, but that's what we're looking for. So we have a bearish close. I sometimes wonder if like this, because when this happens, and I don't know if this should be on the 1 minute or the 5 minute, honestly. Like my instincts are saying I should take the short from this area of interest I have noted here, but sometimes I just don't listen to that instinct. But the other thing is I also want to see them sweep this one more time before I do that. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. And again, I want them to come back up in here. They don't have to, obviously, but I want them to be nice. So I don't really use mitigation blocks very much, so was this 10 so we're so close to 10:30, I would wait for it. So let's push this to 10:30. I don't know about you, but I've been burned too many times on the turn of the hour. Okay, that's better. All right. So let's see if there's a better entry on the 1 minute. But I really wanted them to come back up here. Really wanted them to come back up here. It would hurt my heart to like put an entry in and then they do it afterwards just to spite me. We also have to go with what the candles are telling you, right? And they're saying we want to go lower. But I want them to sweep this out first. This is one of those situations where I talk myself out of taking the trade, So I'm going to set a 1 micro sell right here. So we're in this little mini range. We're inside of this 5-minute fair value gap. We're being We're seeing a little rejection from it. Well, it did tag it a little bit there, but didn't quite. And then we'll move this to about there instead. Oh, come on. It did tap it. It didn't tag me into it though, which is mildly annoying. Let's take this London low off real quick. So we're seeing some serious rejection here off of this 5-minute fair value gap right here. So I did set my entry and it did tap up into it, but Thinkorswim did not tag me in. Oh, that's annoying. What the heck? I'm also trying not to get super spooked when there's too many wicks around. Because remember I said like I would want an entry here, but the stop would have to be above the fair value gap, probably up here. So yeah. Dang it. For real? Okay. So with that rejection here, let's see what that looks like on the 1 minute. Oof. Not super pretty. Sometimes it's better to go to the 1 minute to get the entry. There's not anybody watching anyway. Hang on, my TOS is reconnecting. There we go. All right. All right. There we go. So I still want them to take this out. But I think since they didn't tag me in here when this popped up, I think we miss it. Honestly, I'm gonna put it back because that annoys the holy heck out of me. Because I put my order, you should at least let the order run in, you know? No, we were still on this candle, so let's do 33. Okay, so I'd set let's do a 2 micro sell right here. See if we get a pop back up. I mean, we did. So I'm just trying to see why Thinkorswim's not letting me set the order. Why it's not taking the order in. Hold on. Probably need to do it on the 1 minute, honestly. 5 minutes should have worked too, though. Let's do this. Okay, there we go. All right. So it let me take it in there. So let's do a 1 micro buy here. And then let's see if the rest will, if we can get any lower and just trail the stop behind it. And then once this is taken out, let's see if we can replace this stop. I don't think you can edit it. Yeah, there's no edit on top of that. So reasoning for the trade, we have this Nice move up. Didn't quite make it to where I wanted it to go, but then we had this drop down, and then we haven't been able to make any higher highs in all of this. And we've just been making lower lows on the 5 minute. So I'm expecting them to run it again and continue to the volume imbalance. We're literally sitting at London low at this point. So, and it'd be nice if you could show me the position. Okay, so this is my entry with a 2. So one thing I'm trying to like get comfortable with is I keep seeing the dollar value on 2 micros hit like 200 and I'm like, but I'm trying to trade the structure, I'm trying to, so maybe I should put the first limit order here to like fund the account. Let's move this down a bit to the top of that on the 5 minute there. So once this body closes below here, yeah, maybe I should fund it here. Let's see. Yeah, inside of this 5 minute fair value gap at the top of this order block. See if we get down there. And then let's see if I can adjust the stop, or if I need to cancel this one and create a new one. Create a new stop. This is why you gotta wait. You have a plan, wait to see if that plan comes to fruition. And if it doesn't, that's fine. But you also have to adjust to what price is telling you as well, so. So at this point, I want to see them like run through it. Maybe we can continue on with the heaviness. Nice stuff. Pretty girl. All right, there's the nice heaviness we're looking for. We've taken that low out. So I'm going to move my stop to just below break even because there's no point in taking a loss on this trade. So we're going to take one off here to fund the account. We can get a nice push. Let's see. So on the 5 minute, we've tapped in. No, we haven't tapped it yet. We're just in that fair value gap. So my TP's in the middle of that fair value gap for that first. I probably should put it at the top just to like, get it over with. But it looks pretty heavy, so. Okay, let's close the body. Come on. All right, so we funded the account 1. So now I need to change my stop. I don't know how to change the stop. How much time's left on that? New 5 minute candle incoming. Need to change the stop. So I want to put the stop at, what's that? 23,346. 23. Let's go up. 23,346. Oh. 50. Oh, this is where the stop is. So I want to do that. And I want to, can I create a new stop here? Okay, wait, I need a sell stop. No. So buy stop. Okay, there we go. So there's my stop. Okay, that's how I change it. I cancel it and then I go in here and then I figure out, so there's one contract off and one still on, and then I would have been stopped out there. They tabbed it really quickly. So this will stop me out in profit. So then that would have been a 166 trade, which is good, with the expectation that they want to continue going lower. Now, if I'd taken both off, it would have been close to 300, but that's fine. That is fine. So that's a nice continuation there. Stop into profit so we don't lose, and we still made money. And we can re-enter if we need to, which is nice. So yeah, okay, so that's how I manage my stops. I can't modify the existing one, but I have to go back in to, what is this, the active trader space, find where I want to put the stop, and then just set the order there. Yep. All right. That was so unnecessary. But let's be clear, right? Like, if I'm being honest with you, I should have left my stop here regardless because we haven't really gone anywhere and made like a nice area of interest for a drop. I'm tempted to sell this one more time on a single micro. Because I think that was just meant to sweep folks out and then just put the stop above that little guy. I think that's going to be the new protected low. So we're going to try one more. Well, we're going to basically put it there where it should go. So if we take that out, then, we're really, really screwed. But still betting they want to come down into this volume imbalance. If I'm wrong, that's okay. We just give back our profits. So I'm betting they're just rolling back into this order block here. So I need to see this next candle, drop aggressively. Just took it at the base of the 5 minutes. So once that drops, then we can move. And then we can just kind of ride it down. Let's see what that 15-minute candle looks like. What time is it anyway? Oops, it's just before 11. Ooh, my bad. Sometimes you just got to pay attention. That 1 hour candle is looking very iffy. So we'd be racing down into this order block down here. So probably got to be mindful of what time it is too. Because that candle could also close pretty bullish. Also shouldn't have taken that. I was in a good place. When you take your wins, enjoy your wins. Because that 1 hour closure could knock me out here and that'll suck. Which is exactly what it looks like it's going to do. Sweep. We've shifted on the 5 minute here. So yeah, just giving back profits, y'all. Technically not a setup I would normally take, but we're trying new things in the world. It's like, this is definitely going to stop me out. So I basically should have just, taken the 160. Okay, so they just tapped into the area I was actually interested in for a short. It's 11. So I want to see if this is finally the time for them to tap into it and then drop aggressively. So I just gave back the 160 I got from this run. So usually I come back into this. We have a new hour candle. Let's see if we can dip in a little further. If we get rejected at the midpoint and drop, then I would take it. Pity they didn't want to continue, but is what it is. All right, we got 2 order blocks in the middle of this. I am rather interested in a short from up here. And then this time we can aim for down here and take some profits down here. Similar Similar test there. So working on my order placement. It's still March 30th. So let's see. Let's look at that 1 hour candle real quick. All right. So yeah, we're digging into the order block. Nice. All right. Let's see. Let's see a nice rejection. That 5-minute candle just closed. Come on. Show me the money. All right. That looks really good. So we're gonna sell 1 micro here to start. Actually, we'll sell 2 since we have to test this puppy out. Stops only. Oh, come on. Don't run away. Look at the 5-minute. Dang. That thing just blew away. Like, man. Come on. So I'm going to try something new. So I'm going to do 1 micro here. So my stop can be above that wick. And then I'll add another one. Oh, dang it. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. We're waiting for it. We wanted it. Should have just set the order at the 1-minute order block. What if there's like a 2-minute order block in there too? Let's see. Nope. Just the 1-minute order block. Yeah, so if I'd set my order right here with a stop above that, would have been, look at that, immediate response, like beautiful. Okay, lovely, lovely. I would prefer if this had just tapped into that a little bit. The closing bodies. And that feels like chasing. It's 11. So I've been waiting between 11, from 10 to 12 to find trades these days. So we got a good little continuation and then gave it all back. And then what we wanted happened at 11 and then gave us 0 opportunity to get into it. Dang. That's so mean. So mean. So they made this fair value gap right here, forming one here. Wonder if my entry should be at the base of this with a stop above here. Could try a 1 micro trade there because they look real heavy. So I have 2 orders set. Wait, a limit up here, stop, and then another one in case they go up higher. But I'll get stopped up real early. I don't know if I like that. Let me take that off. Oh, come on. So this is the other frustration. I'm just going to run away. Like, you could have just given me 1 tag up. Just 1. So this is what I would have done that day. Like, I would have been like, yes. And then I would have been like, let me get some of this action. And then they would have just run away from me. And it would have really, really, really hurt my heart. For real. Hmm? Because look at the new candle. Look at the new 1 hour candle. Look at it. It's looking real juicy, right? Whenever is what I wanted. I wanted a nice wick into that space, tap the order block, and drop. But if they could have just given me a chance to get in on the action, that would have been nice. But doesn't look like they're going to do that, so might as well. Well, now we have a new order block and sweep, so could put an entry there, stop that way. They might still come back up this way, so I'll put the stop above the bodies here. So let's see if we get a little tap up into this fair value gap, or if they're just going to use this one and drop. One, two. So the first one, I'd like a real nice quick tap into the second one. We also have this one here. We could use as an inversion. Dang. So they drop real far. It doesn't mean they can't go back to the tap the base. It's just doesn't look like it. It's 11:22. This looks like a what? A 1 to 2 almost for that one micro, given the size of the stop. So my only concern is, do they just tap this fair value gap only, or can we see them tap this one as well? So we're about to tap that one. Because we might just get to see a little bit of rejection from here. Because my desired entry is really here, but this one is fine on the 5-minute. Let's see if we get tagged in. Because this is my preferred entry. If this comes back up, if this pushes back up, I'll put one more here. I gotta get comfortable with that kind of like setup. Ah, whoa, look at that. Right, look at that. No. No, it didn't. That's so mean. But no. No. Oh, come on. Really? Ah, that's just wrong. Might get lucky and it might. What? Anyway, sometimes you just gotta get used to the fact that this was just what happens to you sometimes. Oh, that's so mean. Wow, really? Ugh, that hurt my heart for real. Maybe we'll get lucky and it pops up again. 11:30. All right, maybe. I'm honestly like, if this gets tagged in, great. I'm also interested in us in my original short here. It's like, is that how people do? Okay, are we finally gonna top it? Okay, all right. So we finally got an entry. Are they actually gonna go to my actual the place that actually wanted an entry? If that's the case, I'm happy to sell one more here if they want to do that. Never actually tried to trade like this. Okay, I'll add one more right there. Gonna have to give this other stop a little bit more room. So that, okay, so now I'm into one lower and one higher entry. So what I'm expecting is a nice drop from here if we can get it. So for the higher entry one, I would take that off here, and we'll let the lower entry one stay where it is. All right, let's drop to the 5 minute because that's how I like to watch it. Given that I wanted them to come back up here, this was this a head and shoulders type of setup right here. So my general expectation is a nice reversal from here. So let's see if we can't get. So the higher entry made. Oh, the higher entry made this even better from my stops. Yay! It made the lower entry a better entry. Okay, got it, got it, got it. Love that, love that. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can blow down here and take this low out to give me a first TP. That's my first time trying to like average into a high probability trade in my mind. It's 11:40, so let's see if we can't get the follow through. The only annoying thing is that it dropped aggressively at open. So the general hope that they want to continue dropping aggressively is, or the expectation is that they want to continue dropping aggressively from this area. Now I could be wrong and I get stopped out and life is like, a box of weird chocolates. But that means with the better thing, I can move this stop above that high and sit in a bit of a protected space. Can't believe I spent almost an hour on this one trade, but I guess that's like this one day. That's kind of normal, I suppose. Now we want to see how the next candles are. I like the rejection here. I need the next candles to stay here below the low here. That would be good. And then we can move our stop to here if this remains a protected low. But that's not looking great. But I'm finding I need to be a lot more patient. Let's look at the 15. 15 is not looking great for me. And the 1 hour, oof, still respecting the order block and the fair value gap on the 1 hour. So we're still expecting a nice rejection. So we've got an initial entry lower, and then we got the entry that we actually wanted. That's my first time trying that out, so yay. And it averaged out to make for a better entry for the lower and the higher, I guess. Okay. I already took that. Let's see. I think I did already. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so now we're just waiting to see if my trade hypothesis is correct. Because I love that we're sitting at the midpoint of this fair value gap. We ran up into here, and then we've come back to the entry area I was interested in. So let's see if we can't get a nice droppity drop. Although that 5-minute candle is not looking amazing. We still have a minute left in it. Be nice if we could drop from here. I know a lot of folks have been like, oh yeah, it's like you gotta You gotta go long. It's been pushing up the whole time. But the overarching theme, daily theme, is short. So just gotta follow the overarching theme. All right. So we've closed the body inside, still below the midpoint. Yeah, that's not looking super juicy. Definitely not super juicy for us. Hmm. Honestly, my preference would have been to get the entry here. For them to come all the way back up, not the best, but still got to test it out. That's why we're back testing, right? But we're about to get stopped out because they want to go long, and then we'll move to another day. So I was up 166, and now I'm about to be worm food for stop losses. No joke. Trading these micros has made me feel very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, I don't know. It's made me feel less stressed about testing out new theories. Trying to trade the one mini for years was just too stressful, to be very honest. Because my stop was just too tight, It's just too tight. And that's no bueno. This hour is about to close. Those hour closes, man, they are dangerous, especially if it's going against your thesis. So that 5 minute was nice. I like that closure. Can we push down? Okay, let's show your hand. So right now I'm stuck between a rock and a mini hard place, maybe. Hmm. But the thesis still holds, and that's why the stop needs to be above the protected high and not in the middle of the wick or something, because then I would have definitely been stopped out. For sure. All right, 3 minutes on this closure. We're at entry. So if we get a nice push down, be nice if we can get the thesis too. Be nice if the thesis is correct. Okay, minute 20. I mean, seriously, an hour on a day? How am I supposed to get through a whole week? I have to speed run the rest of it, I think. So we've got a nice rejection, still looking really good for the downside. So that hour closure, and we're getting into lunchtime now. Nice. New hour. Now maybe we get some follow through. Got a little bit of resistance in this general space here, but I'm gonna move my stop to this high right here for both of them. This is interesting. Never done this before. Now, if we can get past this fair value gap here with some alacrity, we might be all right. So this is where our entry is averaged out to be. Wow, we got real close to getting stopped out here earlier. Looks like we're just, if we can get a nice melty melt, that would be incredible. So this trade, let me see. I'm not going to be too greedy. Let's take the next one off at the volume imbalance. Okay. This point, in a pretty good place. 5-minute candle's looking real juicy. So I'm gonna move stops down to reduce. Let's see if we can't get some continuation here. And no, let's see if they can get to the middle of the volume imbalance with that one. This would give us a nice bit of change in the bank there. If we can get follow through, we do have this area of chop they need to get through. So let's see. Can't move the stop to break even until we get the first TP. And then once we do that, then we move one of the stops should just automatically go away since we're just doing a 1 micro thing. And then I'll move the other one to, I wonder if I should have taken it at the extreme instead of the low. Okay, let's do the midpoint of the wick instead. Could we tap the extreme there? Five-minute candle. I need this. Just need to fund it. Because if we'd done the extreme, probably wouldn't have tagged me out. Because it needs to push through it. Okay, so nice reaction here. We tap in there, then we'll definitely take that low out. So I'll just put it back to where I wanted it and stop being cheap about it. We'll leave the stops where they are. Now my desire is for it to stay below this tiny fair value gap in here. Tap this guy and drop is the preference. We've rejected twice from this area, so I don't see why we can't. I don't see a need for them to come all the way back up here again. Who knows? I could be very, very wrong. But this area is one of contention, so. But the expectation is for a nice little tap into here and continuation down. Nice volume imbalance for them to run into. And then once we get past this low, I'll be moving my stop to lock in most. So I don't need this one to get hit, but you know, I want to leave a runner at least. Okay, so we've tapped into this fair value gap. Now we want to see a nice drop from here. Can fight through this choppy area here. So if we do that, then I can move both stops to right about there. See if noon can give us something juicy. Looking good. That extreme though, come on. Sometimes, yeah. Wonder if I'm just being too cheeky. All right, beautiful. Beautiful movement there. So no need to take losses on this guy. So we're gonna move our stops to break even for both of them. And let's see if we can't get our first. We can get some follow through here. I'm tempted to move both stops here. This is a good closure on the 5 minute. I don't want to choke it. And it's 2 micros, man. Watch it on the 5 minute. Just the thing to do is take your hands off the mouse too, because it really, really makes me feel like I should do something, like change, move my stop. That's the main problem that I see with being able to see the dollar value. Like, I want to see the ticks instead of the dollar value, because the ticks or the points at least would be, better. Like, oh, I'm at 50 points. That's great. But this like hesitation here makes me want to take one off right here and let the other one run. Let's see what the 15-minute looks like, because you gotta look at the higher time. The 15-minute looks really good for for taking those lows out for sure. It looks real juicy. That looks real nice on the 15. It's just that fluctuation stuff that's really annoying. So this 5-minute candle is seeing some issues at the midpoint of this wick. I want to see some expansion. We're like at the very base of this chop, so no joke. It really takes a lot of patience as you're waiting for price to move, and you hope that your thesis is correct about where it's going to go and what it's going to do. Like it's crazy. Come on. Just push. Give me the first piece of this. Almost there. Come. Oh. It's almost like they're allergic to lows sometimes. That's why the extremes are like, okay, so we got a portion of the day funded, beautiful. So now we're gonna just move the stop here, and then we're gonna see if they want to give us a little bit more. I mean, this is like a single micro. I'm just gonna move it to this low, to the volume imbalance high, and see if we can't get there. And then we're just gonna lock in more profits, because this is a runner, and we're not giving up. Actually, let's do this on the 1 minute so I can like use the 1 minute structure to move the stop. All right. So yeah, let's see if we can't get, let's put that back there, and then we'll just use, so we got through that low. I'd technically be wanting to, did they take the low out? Let's see. They did not. So it's a terrible place for a stop, and we still would make decent mun-muns. On the 5 minute, my stop needs to be here, structure-wise, so I don't get like tagged out. We don't have any fair value gaps. So I still expect them to continue dropping. No joke, once they bust this way, I'm gonna put my stop right here, and I don't care. Once we get below here. Is this a new 50-minute candle? It is. Okay. All right, so let's put the stop where it's supposed to be and stop being a ninny. And That would have, a single micro would have netted us 211 on that trade. Beautiful. And let's see if we can't get the follow through down to here. Once we bust past here, I'll put my stop here just because that's where I took profits for the first. So let's see if we can't get a continuation that way. Come on, we don't need to go back into this trash heap of a space. We don't. Let's drag down into this volume imbalance. Good trade though. Like, didn't know if they wanted to come back up, so took one here, but once they looked like they did, took one here, made sure both stops were above this high, and now we're looking real juicy. It's a slow Sunday though, like nobody's here. It's crazy. Probably could have taken the next one off at this extreme, get a little extra, but that's all right. We are pushing the boundaries. Okay. Do, 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 do. We come back up to the order block. Got this little fair value gap in the way as well. This propulsion block between me, order block, fair value gap. So three Peter arrays in between me and my stop. So I'm okay. Okay. See what that 15-minute candle looks like. Ooh. So my stop's right inside of that 15-minute fair value gap. We're at the order block here. So either way, we're funded. So we took some off of this already. So we just have this much left open. See if we want to continue down from here. What's that 1 hour candle looking like? All right. Looking good. If a bit sideways choppish. Did I miss something? Oh, we tapped. Oh, silly me. We already tapped the top of this thing. What? Oh, that's my bad. Crap. I did not realize I drew it wrong. That can get you sometimes, man. That can get you sometimes. Drew it right wrong. I would have just taken it all off right there. Okay, we take this out, then we can move our stop here. Because they're quite happy to reject from here. They ran through it. They didn't bother to tap it and then just ran up. So be a good amount of months for the day. Along with the 160 that I gave back like a dum-dum. 1247. What's that 15-minute candle look like? Looks like it maybe want to turn into a doji of some kind. But it just got started, so let's hope it wants to just drop from here. So this is the point where I want to like lock in more profits regardless of structure. Because once it starts like just hanging about, it gives me hives probably. No, it doesn't give me hives. Hives suck. Hives really, really, really sucks. I will lock in more of the profits here, though. We've already done really well with the first micro. So if we keep dropping from here, I'll just put it here and just be like, whatever. Because at this point, it's a runner to see if we can get lower, but we don't want to give back too much of the profits. So if we can just keep going down. Nothing's more annoying than like after seeing this boom, 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 and then you got to deal with all this BS, with it. It's annoying. It's about to be 1 o'clock. Another hour, about to close in 8 minutes. That's how long it would have taken to run through this trade. Jeez. Let's look at that hour. Still looking bearish. I'd like for that body to close below this guy. And we're looking real juicy to at least take those lows out. Fair value gap down here, order block down here. Nice place for a second TP if we can get it. All right. Take that low out. I'll move my stop to here. Actually, what did I say? I was gonna put it here so that we can at least get the same TP for realsies as the first micro that we took off here. So maybe we can get a little push, a proper push into this volume imbalance. You can do it. Okay. Maybe we can get a nice push on this closure. So we're watching this on the 5 minutes, and we're backtesting March 30th on the on-demand feature for Thinkorswim, which allows you to be able to trade it as though you were there, which is nice and very helpful for me. Come on, push. So, no. 2 minute 10 left on this hour candle. Come on, you can do it. And then I move my stop right here. I don't care about structure at this point because the hour's about to close and that next candle could just as easily push right the heck up. I swear. One of the few annoying things about trading is, especially when you're watching the candles form, man, that can be stressful, right? Like the up and down, it can be so annoying. All right. 7-second closure. All right. New hour. What do you do? Are you going to push up or are you going to push down to start? A slight push up with a wick is okay and then drop. Please and thank you. All right, let's look at that 1 hour candle. Because they do love to... We got the closure we wanted, though. That's nice. So now, I'm expecting this next hour to continue the downward push. But we're inside of this fair value gap, and they tapped the volume imbalance, and I would have taken it off here, to be honest, if I had realized that I hadn't drawn it properly. So that's my bad. So looks like we're going to get the movement we want. Come on. I want to put my stop right here. Push with some alacrity. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay, too much rejection here. All right, we're going to move the stop there for the time being as we attempt to push down. But that's looking good for at least tapping this one more time. Very good, very good. All right, so I'm gonna move my stop right here just because I'm not giving back anything. At least from there, I get the same TP I got from the first time. Because they could just as easily roll back up again after that. So that's why I did that. All right, so a clean 400 on that trade. All right, let's switch days because that took way too long. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, could just as easily drop and run back up after that. So let's go to 9:40 the next day, March 31st. All right, let's let's look at the daily on this guy. All right, so we've started off looking real bullish, taking out stuff. Let's see, was there any news? 10 a.m. jolt. So we'll start this one off at 10. So we're still bearish, even though we're looking, yeah, we're still looking pretty bearish. Sweep, add an order block. If they take this order block up, then this fair value gap up here is, and this 4 hour bearish order block are nice targets to look for. 1 hour is looking pretty bullish. 15 is looking real bullish. So that was 9:30, just running for the hills. All right, let's move this to 10 o'clock because I don't take trades before news, especially red folder news. So we're just going to do that. So we would have been at 400 for the week. Oh, here's that fair value gap I was interested in, the 1 hour one. Let me get that pulled over. Very aggressive move up. So I would be interested in a long to this guy from here. Be nice if they had tapped into that. Wick. We haven't busted above this thing though, so I'd be willing to try a continuation long if they form a order block in here. Let's see, other areas of interest for TP perhaps, because that's feels like a pretty decent ways away. Let's look at the 1 hour. Okay. There's a fair value gap up here I could just aim for. I don't need the whole thing. It's a bearish fair value gap as an initial target would be nice. That is telling me longs are where it's at. So let's drop to the 5 minute. Okay. So what do we have? Do we have any manipulation? Did it happen beforehand? Where is London? Okay. They didn't take it out, which is annoying. They just opened and then ran right up. Okay. So they leave this open. It's a very bullish sign. So I'd be interested in taking the long and then, take some off here and then see if they want to go any higher. If they tap into it, the order block and then run up, same thing. The situation is the same. I'm still interested in taking the long in this vicinity or at the top of this with a stop below the fair value gap. So, gotta wait. We also have juicy equal lows all the way down here. So if we get like the short opportunity. They bust below this guy again, then another attempt lower for sure. Oh, look at that. So I could have just been patient when I got my full TP. Nice. All right, so I like a tap and run. If they tap and run, that's a nice signature for me, personally. What the is AE Trex? Don't know what you are. Okay. So we would have gotten a nice cool $400 on that Monday trade. I'm probably gonna end this stream an hour and with only 2 hours. So let's see if they give us something juicy to work with. Because there's juicy chilling and reading to be done along with this backtesting. I like that. So if we can get above here, beautiful. Then I can absolutely take a long here. Nice big order block. Provide gap. This one we've tapped and rejected from. If we get above it, I'm interested in longs. If we stay below it, then I'm interested in shorts. If we take this out, then I'm interested in these equal lows they've created down here. Try to be open and honest with what I want. Okay. Part of the reason I want to like let it just run is just so I can be comfortable with the movement. But geez, that first day gave a lot of opportunities and took quite a while. I like this. Very aggressive. But I have plans. All right, let's see if 10:20, the next 5-minute candle closure, gets us to where we want to be. No, don't do that. Prior to making my decisions, I have to get through watching it. So even if we don't get through the whole week, we just get through 2 days, that's plenty. There's a lot of good trading opportunities in there. All right. With this, I don't know. I think this looks like maybe a 1 micro and then another one here with a stop below here. Let's see about that closure. It's got to get above it though. And then another one with a stop below here. So I can figure himself out, but let's not be preemptive, even though we like the way it looks. Gotta wait for those closures. That's why I gotta wait for these candles to close, man. Now, if this creates a propulsion block, I'd be happy to take it from the propulsion block as well. Because like a 2 micro, if I want to trade 2 micros, I can use a single micro order twice, and then I can just move my stops around without having to worry about going back and forth and changing things. Now, we've rejected from here down short for a while. Another rejection from here, I'll take a short from here. If we like show some gumption, this is very aggressive. And we tapped it and now we're pushing up. I like that. I just know I need to see if we get the follow through because we haven't closed above, so there's no fair value gap on the 5 minute for this. All right, lovely. So once we pop above here, I'll take on 1 micro with a stop below here, and then when we pop above here, I'll take 1 more. First one to close out here, second one up here. That looks real good. I think this is one of my first screams where I haven't had anybody in here. It's crazy. That looks really good. So I think maybe I'll be a bit... that's just screaming like it wants to go higher. There was a day that I wanted to be really preemptive, so I'm going to do 1 micro, the stop below here. I could be very wrong. So TP's in a good place up here. So this is me being preemptive, reading this candle as we want to go up. I mean, it's very aggressive for me anyway, but I'm reading, I like what I see. It's very aggressive. We tap this. I like that. And then all the candles are like telling me buyers are stepping in. Sellers are trying, but buyers are stepping in. So the only thing I need to see is for them to push above here. And then I will try 1 more micro at the top here and let that one run. Or maybe because I got the good entry here, I can do the second one here with a stop below this guy. But let's see. See if we have the bullish push for this. So far, so good. Let's look at the 15 minute. Okay. One thing I don't like is that there's a fair value gap right where my stop is on the 15. So 10:30, fresh 15-minute candle. Let's go to the 5 minute again. So I've been taking my entries on the 5 minute. So my only issue is the 15-minute fair value gap, but I do like that we tapped it here and we're pushing up. So I'm expecting a continuation up that way. So we just have to wait. The only distressing thing about this is that we haven't gotten above this high yet, which I don't like. But everything is telling me that we're going to go there, so just going to be patient. And I don't know if we're next to like a chop zone on the left that I missed. We're also above the 50% of this wick here, which is good. Very, very good. I like that. Get above here, I'll get a second entry right here. And there we go. All right. So we'll do another 1 micro. Well, I need to stay above that. Showing me it wants to go up. Yes, yes. Sellers are fighting with the buyers here. Still haven't closed a body above this thing, but we have gone above it. So, but we're showing weakness, 50% of this fair value gap. So it's rejected lower before on why the thesis wasn't, if we reject from here, take a short. I don't know, because everything else is screaming longs. So just waiting. And we're watching on, so we're backtesting March 31st. Ah, damn. Looks like we'll get stopped out. That's why we go with a 1 micro just to test it out. We have the order blocks here too, because so it could just be running into that. But this is what I get for being preemptive too, because I'm like, this is screaming at me that we want to go up, but we're floundering inside of this fair value gap where we've rejected hard from. So, you know, the thesis absolutely could have been, you know, take a short from here. But yeah, we're gonna get stopped. Maybe they want to sweep this out one more time. I'm not moving my stop because that's what I'm willing to risk on this. 1040. And we need to clear this now I would normally be waiting for body close to take along here, but I'm trying to find the right mindset to take it a little bit earlier when I see what I want to see. And looks like perhaps, well, we'll see on how this closes. Still got like 18 minutes on this 1 hour candle, which I think is a bullish candle. But yeah, we're about to get stopped. All right, so we got stopped out because we were preemptive. It doesn't make me feel good about wanting to be preemptive, though, honestly. But this would have been a good thesis for the same trade I took the other day. So, given this, but given the very aggressive push up, respect, and push, I'm still looking for longs. So, I just gave back some profits. That's all. Let's see how we do. It's 10:45. Damn. I only took a 1 micro on that one. Let's see. We tap that. So if we get above here, I will absolutely consider this just a sweep. Let's look at the 1 minute for an entry for that type of thing. If we push up from here, we just touched the order block. I need a nice little sweepy sweep. We got a little fair value gap right here. I would take it right there. Stop below here. So just gotta wait. So you swept this. We're into the order block now. You're coming down to tap this guy. On the 5 minute. Damn, he really just fought me all the way on that one. And it's okay to be wrong, too. Let's be clear. It's okay to be wrong. All right. So we've come back down to, we retraced almost all of the fair value gap here. We're at the order block. Let's see, what does that 1 hour candle look like? Oof. Yeah, probably shouldn't have gone long on that 1 hour candle. Oof. That's rough. All right, we tapped this area here. I'd actually be quite interested in a long from here. So if we get a nice rejection, I'll be okay, open to it. Nice big candle. Either that or going, if they drop below here, we have lovely equal lows to greet us down here. So it looks like on the 2 minutes, Mm, Man, it lied to me. It lied to me hard. But as I said, it was preemptive. I should have waited. Normally, I would have waited for a push above, but it looked good for continuation, but we just didn't get it. Hmm. And now we're getting a juicy, juicy, droppy. Yeah, so we've basically just told everything to kick rocks. So these equal lows are like an area of interest from me. Oof, that hour's about to close though. I'd have to wait. Let's push it to 11 because I'm not taking anything 5 minutes before an hour close. But I am open to taking things after 11. All right, let's see what that looks. So new hour. Okay, wicked 5 minute. That looks good for reversal back up. We bust above here. Yeah, we haven't. Actually, if we bust below here, we'll take that for the short. Very aggressive. We've taken over all of this, but we're still in that bullish push. So I'm really thinking, because that 5 minute rejection was nice. So look at that new hour candle forming. Okay, so all we did was roll back into this order block on the 1 hour. So still looks good for longs. So we just busted above there. So lately I've just been wanting to take trades on the 5 minute, you know? So, yeah, see how this 5 minute can. I'd like to see them entirely disrespect, because they disrespected this bullish PD array. So could just be a retracement to continue down. And the problem is if I can think through both options, then I shouldn't take any trades at all. One more minute left on this 5 minute candle. So we have respected this bearish PD array. If we close above this one, then we might be all right for longs. The sweep though, the sweep of liquidity. Be nice if we close above this guy. If that's the case, then we might be okay. In the middle of that, 1, 2. If we don't get a rejection off of this one for continuations, then longs are where it's at. All right, so I would have liked a long. Look at that. That's annoying as hell. Just a bit early, I guess. Let's tap that. Look at that. Okay. So technically, if I'd just taken that long, I would have been tagged in right here and then, pushed right up to that puppy right there. There's a nice crack in the armor right here. So I'm going to do a 1 micro buy right there. Stops in a good place. And let's see if we can't get above this guy. As we've disrespected some bearish P arrays. They could also come down here and tap this one more time as well. So let's see. We're trying to get in on this next 5 minute candle. All right. Let's see if we are wrong or right. There's like 1 minute left on this 5 minute candle. Close above, push up. Okay, good. Basically closed right on the top of it. So trade is based off the rejection. All right. Get above this high, then we got to contend with this area here. We got 15 minutes, so maybe we can move this along with some alacrity. We have what is essentially a balanced price range down here, so I don't really need to come back down. And a nice rejection from this area that's pushed price up before. So the issue is needing to get past this guy. So let's leave it at a single micro. See if we can't get above this wick and stay above this bullish. Let's see if this bullish fair value gap can keep us going. 11, 13. All right, it's looking real good. I need to get up here. All right. You can get past that. Let's move our stop to just above break even. And I was thinking this fair value gap up here might be a nice area of interest for them to run up to. I would still try long up here once this one's tagged. So let's see if we can't get past this. We'll put another long right here. Although, might get a better entry on the 1 minute. Okay, so my stop needs to be here on the 1 minute. And we'll do another buy, single micro buy right here. If we can get it, that limit order. And then that one can go up there. So let's see. Let's put it at the top of the thing. If I've been watching the 1 minute, I could have caught the entry right here, but still pretty good entry. What? Okay. So we're in a second buy, which brings my entry up to here. Stops there. Let's see if we can get to follow through back up that way. Got a rejection from here again though, so might just be cooked. Get above here, then we can move our stops to this low. And we can have this guy take the first one, fund from up here. Let's watch this on the 5 minute. All right. That's good. Let's go. 5 minute candle. Go. Let's go a little bit above that. Just above the top of the fair value gap right there. And that should give us a nice little topper. You push up. You can do it. New 5 minute candle. Buyers are like, we're still in control, sort of. Yeah. Get above that. I can move my stop here. Both stops. Actually, I can put this one here as well. See if we can't get this next 5 minute candle to push up Ah, come on. Why? Why? Where is the bottom of this fair value gap? Okay. Need this one to hold. Stay above the midpoint of that. You don't need to do that. Go back up. These are the things you say to um the candles as they're forming. Now, stay above the midpoint of this bullish fair value gap. That's good. Keep going that way. It's also good to like see where like the higher time frames are, right? So this 5 minute candle has like, oh, it's about to be the 11:30. So let's see if we can survive the next 20, 15 seconds on this candle. You can do it. Come on. Okay. Damn it. Go that way. Stay above the midpoint. I can probably afford to move these down a little bit lower. Ah. A little bit lower since you're pushing for that cap. Got two of them though. Damn. It's no good. It broke below it. Yeah, definitely gonna get stopped on that one. So we'll be giving back most of the profits that we made the day before if this chooses to continue dropping. This is annoying though, so it has a really good setup for the long, and we're testing out the continuation pieces of it. So okay, this 5 minute candle. Come on, buyers, step in. You can do it. That's right. Push. There you go. All right. I had to give my stop a little more space on that one. Nice move from the buyers there. And let's see if they can take control and actually continue pushing up from here. Nice rejection. If we take that low, no, I would be like really, really surprised. And we did stay above the midpoint of this bullish fair value gap, but we did wick through it, which is totally a thing they can do. Hey, Coach Carter, how's it going? Happy Sunday. How was your weekend? Come on, go. I know we have a little resistance area here, but girl, you've played enough games with my emotions. Yeah, basically been here for almost like 2 hours talking to myself, so it's good to see a friendly chat, you know? All right. Let's see what this 15 minute looks like. Okay. So we just stormy Cape Town. Well, I guess it's stormy Maryland too. 5 minutes left in this. Come on, show some gumption. Let's get out of here. This fair value gap has been holding price. We tapped it, dropped, tapped it, dropped, and I'm over here fighting the short, even though the longs look beautifully primed. but we are not looking like we want to move just yet. Yeah, so we might not. We're still staying inside of this bullish fair value gap, even the bearish one as well. So still expecting a continuation up. Well, stormy days are great though. Stormy days are great to relax and, just like this is going to be my last, I'm going to close this one out a little early because I'm like super excited to go read my book and relax. And I want to see if this trade works out. So we've given back some profits trying a preemptive long here, and they rejected, which is rude. And the only annoying thing about where my stops are is that there's a fair value gap right here they might want to run into. What I do like is that they've not closed any bodies below the midpoint of this fair value gap. So we're just watching and waiting. We're expecting a continuation up. Don't like that closure. I don't like that closure there. Want a continuation this way. Let's see if we... Oh, the name of the book I'm reading right now. So I am actually blowing through a Sarah J. Maas series. Let me find it because I have the book downstairs, but I'm reading her longest series right now. Okay, so I'm going to give back all of my profits for the week with this trade. Man, that pisses me off. Anyway, hang on. So I really love her books, Sarah J. Maas. Like, I love her books. Like, the way she writes is incredible. Like, I've torn through all of the Crescent City books from her. The Court. Right now I'm reading the Assassin's Blade series, which is about 8 books in one. So I think I'm on book 6. There's 2 more books left in the series. So I'm on book 6. I'm currently reading not Kingdom of Ash. What's book 6? Crown of Midnight. I gotta check the series because I have the whole box set because it's so good. Like the storyline is so good. Yeah, this is still this guy using this as an inversion. We still haven't closed a body below it, so with any luck, we can continue dropping. Throne of Glass series is what I'm reading right now by Sarah J. Maas. That's one. And then I also read the Crescent City box set. Oh yeah. They're so good. I tore through these. I've been tearing through her book series. If you like sci-fi fantasy, you like magic and wizards and all that good stuff, like her series are incredible. And I don't know about you, but like I love to escape. I spend a lot of time reading like technical books and for work and stuff like that. It's very, very boring. So you want something that's gonna you want something that's gonna make you like disappear into the storyline. And she does a really good job, And then there's also her third series that I also tore through. It's A Court of Thorn and Roses. They're actually I think making a actual series out of that one. Like I can't remember if it's like what is it, CBS? Let me look it up because they're actually going to put A Court of Thorns and Roses and make it like a live action series, but I just don't know when it's going to come out. But You can pick any of her books. The series are incredible. A Court of Thorns and Roses. That's the one I actually read first. A Court of Thorns and Roses. Um, that's the one I read first. Yeah, this is gonna get stopped out. Wow, they just didn't want to go back up. So rude. Or they're gonna tap this fair value gap first before running up. That's so annoying though. Look at that. If this doesn't yeah, so yeah, about to. Yeah, basically that should have stopped me out for on both contracts. Thinkorswim just didn't do it. So I was up 400, so now I've given back all of those profits. It's annoying. It's all get out, but whatever. It looks like who's making the TV series? Uh, guess they've started to run the cast and everything too. Oh, so it was dropped by Hulu, but might still be in the works. That's unfortunate because it's a really good book series, like really good. I'd be really pissed because this is where I wanted the actual entry. Is it teenage friendly? No. No, absolutely not. Ah, rude. No, it is not. At least I don't think A Court of Thorns and Roses is. It's not super explicit, but it does have moments of explicit. Really? Oh, that's annoying. They tapped. I should have set my entry here and waited. I was trying to be all like slick. And now I've given back all my profits being a dum dum. No, I wouldn't consider it that one teenage friendly. I would say it's more young adult, or just pure adult. I think most of her books are like that. The um the series that I'm reading right now is actually more, I guess, teenage friendly. The Throne one, Throne of Glass one. But Crescent City, definitely not. More adult. Yeah, for sure, more adult. But it's really good for a read. I can't believe I did that. Like, if I just waited on the 5 minute entry, that my only concern was this. You know what? What is this? We're gonna try one more micro on this puppy. I might just be. Oh, that's so annoying. If I just move my stop down just a smidge, it would have been okay. Because I was looking I was like, yes, this is great. Rejection off of this area that we've used for support to go higher. Nice push up. And then I took an entry here and I should have just moved my stop lower. Like a dumb. Look at it. Oh, there's nothing worse than that. But if you're looking for a teenage, really, oh, that's so rude. So rude. And those books I have in my hand, like in my hands. Like they're really, really good books. Oh man, I really just messed myself up with so I'm trying out no no. No, you weren't distracting me. I was already in the trade. I should have moved my stop a little lower. But um for this back testing, I'm testing out using a single limit order, even if I wanted like a 2 micro trade, you know, um, and use two of these and then move it around, or set the 2 micro order without a TP and set my limit orders for buying back or whatever, and then testing how I can fix my stop, you know? Okay, so we're back again testing this out. And similar situation. So that was a 1 micro entry at the wick with that perfect rejection. So I'm gonna set another one here for testing purposes. Win or lose. Okay, so now we have 2 of them stops in the same place. And I want one to come off here because I'm still thinking we're long. And then I want to see if the other one will go up to this next area of interest, this fair value gap up. So again, reasons for entries. Technically the daily is more bearish, but the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15 are more bullish. So I'm more expecting a bullish push up. And I was a little preemptive up here, I guess, because they wanted to come back to this higher time frame order block. And that's why you got to be like super duper, like, what's the word I'm looking for? You got to be patient. There you go. That's the word, patient. Which I was all of this week. My first green week in a long time. But there was a young adult series that I was reading a long time ago. It was really cool. What was it called? I'd have to go downstairs in my bookstore, my bookcase, because I have the physical books to check. But there's so many cool young adult books out there. Let me do a search. Maybe it'll like young adult sci-fi. Does she like sci-fi? Fantasy? I'm a huge sci-fi fantasy fan. It's like literally all I read, you know? Or if it's like some sort of book like Rich Dad Poor Dad, something to kind of help you grow your wealth, your knowledge, that kind of thing, then I'm all about those books too. Mm. I said young adult. Typing on these phones is a huge pain in the ass, I'm trying to tell you. Let's see. No. Oh, I just bought the first book for this Bloodsworn saga. I actually don't know if it's young adult because I haven't read it yet. I have about 8 books in the wings that I need to finish, that I need to read. So, yeah. Oh, but if she likes audiobooks though, I just finished this audio series, He Who Fights with Monsters. It is hilarious. I was crying, dying, laughing throughout most of that book. It deals with a lot of interesting, yeah, sci-fi fantasy. It deals with a lot of interesting, um, um, growth aspects, like, but the dialogue is just incredible. Love it. That series, there's 12 books. That series had me just dying of just hooked for all 12 books. I really, really enjoyed it. And I really love listening to audiobooks. So usually so right now I'm listening to an audiobook because I just finished the He Who Fights with Monsters audiobook. So I've just started a new one called Obelisk. And I'm reading a book on Kindle called Wraithwood Botanist. For books now, I like the whole isekai fantasy stuff, So, you've died in your world and you've woken up in another one. It's kind of like a favorite for me for a lot of my like anime that I like to watch. Like That Time You Got Reincarnated as a Slime, or reincarnated as a vending machine, or there's just so many, you know? Um, so no joke, taking a win from here would put me back where I started on the day for this day. And we're getting rejected again at this fair value gap. But I'm expecting this last push to be the one that gets us over the hump. So let's see. Let's see. So we're looking to take one off up here and see if we can't get up here. And then just track the move our stops to keep things moving. Given the entry here, I wanted to bust above here before I move my stop to about here. So let's see. And then, of course, I have the physical Sarah J. Maas books that I'm reading right now. So yeah, I'm usually reading at least 3 books at one time. Reading and or listening. I love books. Oh my God, books are great. What about you? What do you like to read, Coach Carter? Let's see what this 15-minute looks like. What time is it? Oh, it's 12:30. Oof. That's a nice looking closure up there. If we can get past this, then we have smooth sailing, probably. Now we have more BS to get through up here. But if we can get past here, we can definitely get up to here. And let's see what this 1-hour candle looks like. It's looking real good. If we can get a closure above here, that would be incredible. Still have half an hour on it though, so let's see. So most of this is me just like working on my ability to set orders, make adjustments to them, and start to take partials, because I did that last week. Worked out really well. So it was a nice green week on 1 or 2 micros for the week. So I was very happy with that. Rich dad, poor dad type. Yeah. One of my besties, she just told me about this book called Happy Money. So it's going to be my next improvement of me type book that I listen to, actually, because I listened to the preview. It sounded really cool, so I'm definitely going to get that one in probably like the next day or so, because it's the weekend. I want to focus on like light stuff, and then I'll focus on the improving me stuff, because I'm all about the improving me. All right, so we've been rejected in the same space once, twice, 3, 4 times. Come on, man. You can't fight the power. You want to go up. So right now we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And the messed up thing is, like, from the previous day's test, I was up $400. So like in testing my stuff, I gave back most of it. So now we're about to like get some of it back. And yeah, so with that movement, if we can get that, once that takes out, then I can move my stop above here for the remaining contract. I mean, on two micros, 300 is pretty great, So we'll actually be looking a little bit better. Finally gonna come on. Nice. Okay, now we can move our stop, and we'll move it to right here, because this is below that. Granted, we can come back down. Okay, so now I'm finally making money on the day. Let's see if we can push up that way. I'm expecting them to potentially come back and tap this here. But I mean, this is looking like we might just get a run straight to the TP we're looking for. Nice. What? What the heck? Probably could have gone for that guy too. Wow. After all of this BS, they just decided to give us a break. So now I've made back everything I lost in trying to go long here. And wow, that's just rude. I probably could have just set it here. Look at, wow, but you just don't know, right? You just don't know when they're going to do that BS. You just don't know. Wow. All right, so that would put me about 372.50 up on the day because I started it with 400. So this is like day two. Let's look at April 1st. Dang, that thing is still going. What? Oh, patience does pay. Wow. Okay, let's go look at the April. Let's go look at the next day because that would have been enough for me and I don't need any more after that. All right, let's auto zoom. Let's go to the daily on that guy. Oof. Okay. All right, so I hope this is not foreshadowing and telling us anything juicy, but we're finally dipping into this daily fair value gap I had spec'd out. So let's look at the 4 hour. And let's zoom in. All right, so huh? Hang on. Uh, okay, so very, very bullish. So I'm just gonna clear that out. We're in the daily fair value gap. And I think in my real daytime trading, I'd spec'd out these areas of interest. So let's see. Did we have any news this day? Let's see. Do we have any news? Let's push this way. And so this is April 1st. So there was news at 8:30 and then 10 a.m. All right, cool. So what that means is I'm just going to push this to 10 a.m. because ain't nobody I don't take news. I don't take anything before news are out because I don't want to get my ass handed to me. All right, so this is very bullish. So at 10 o'clock, we're still in the same place. So where are we on the 1 hour? We're sitting at this hourly order block right here, which is nice. Inside of the smaller fair value gap, we're about halfway. We've busted above the midpoint of the daily fair value gap. So I guess we could potentially look for something. They already took that high out there. At least filling the whole thing up wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't mind if they I guess they kind of did it here. I was gonna say drop and sweep some liquidity out first and then ran up. Let's look at oof, this is not pretty. I don't like this at all. So this was London high. They swept it out. Where's the low? Oh, look, they swept the lows out too. Great. Now we look like we're in this gross little range. Don't like it. But on 2 micros, we would have been up 772 this week. I don't even think I took a trade. But let's check the diary here, or the journal, not diary. Ha ha ha. The journal. Not the one with my trade set up, just the one that tells me if I took a trade that day or not. So this would have been the first. Looks like I took one trade. It was a small little win. Yeah. Okay. So nothing exciting there, but still a win. You know what's nice though? Is for the first time ever, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of not losing in a row. Either break even or just, break even for me means covering fees, right? Or actually winning a decent amount with 1 or 2 micros. And that's not something I've had yet in 2 years and 4 months of trading. like a proper little tiny streak of winning, good luck with that. But if you don't give up, you will absolutely positively get there is what I believe. That's what I believe. So, yeah. Hang on, uh let me just do a little share of this to a friend who's texting me right now. All right, so what would we do? We wanted, so that's 145. So they took out London highs. They basically took out London lows. And I was sort of sitting in a weird little mini range. I don't like that at all. And the 5-minute is looking, where's 930? So 930 opened. We have the first 5-minute fair value gap that we're staying above. This is price action that I can tell to kick rocks, honestly. The problem is that we're literally in the middle, we're inside of a daily bearish fair value gap, and we're basically in the middle of it, approximately, midpoint of it, approximately. So things that I need for a decent trade, right? I need to see some sweep. Like, I would love, love, love. Like, we're bullish. I mean, how could we not be? We're bullish. But what we need to see is some liquidity being taken, They swept this stuff here. I mean, could also take a long from the top of this to here, but in the meantime, this is just looking like it wants to create some sort of, what's what I'm looking for? Range. Let's go back to the 1 hour. It isn't a range. Top, bottom. Don't like. So right now, this is the kind of situation where I just don't want to be bothered with taking anything. I'm just gonna have to wait. At least when we were trying to get in here, we had like something to work with, right? Like we had some way of, determining that we're gonna, make our way to the higher time frames. Right now, all I have is a sideways motion and a desire to go long, but no good place to go long, which sucks. But anyway, now if we get a nice 1 hour closure though above here, and we have plenty of time on this 1 hour candle, so that might give me a reason to be interested in a long. My problem is if I were to say take a long here, my stop would have to be below here. And that's quite a stop for a single micro. Don't really like that. Yeah. But we're struggling. We're struggling. We don't have this juicy, even with this retracement here, that was expected. That's okay. You try and see. Technically, my interest should have been right here with a stop under here, and I shouldn't have taken those losses. So I was just being a little weird trying to test stuff out. But this does nothing for me. Like, literally nothing. It's a slow grind up that can easily get retraced. Tiny candles. We've just been going sideways. I don't like sideways. Now, this is where I feel like maybe I should push price forward a bit. What would you do in this space? I know a lot of people would be like scalping, recognizing where we are. Things that I like to have when I'm trading. I like to have clear areas of retracement, like before we hit this, like we had plenty of reasons to go long here because we know we're coming up into here, the midpoint, the quarter, you know, would have been good places for TP. But now we're just kind of meandering inside of it, and I don't like that. I think after this it's time for some juicing. Like I'm ready for some juicing. All right, so nice move up there. Again, don't really like it. We have a balanced price range here, sort of, but I'd have preferred if they'd, I don't know, taken this low out. They sort of took that out, and that could be considered some kind of sweep, but I don't really like it. And 15 minutes is, and we have these wicks to contend with. Look at that rejection at the 50% of the wick. So I consider those fair value gaps as well. So like I need to see them close above that wick and maybe I might be interested in something. They're forming a fair value gap in here. Need to close the body above this guy. Maybe I'm just being weird about it. Because we have an order block here. They like ran back down to it with a vengeance. The base of it even. And then they ran up. I don't know. I just don't like this. I never really like get really good setups in this type of area. Here though, look at that. Waking up. As soon as we closed bodies into these wicks, you could have taken it at the top of the wick, the midpoint of the wick, the body of the wick, and then you could have climbed it. You know? Thanks for the hearts. Appreciate it. Ugh, this would be like a crazy one. The thing is, if I took on one micro, like let's say right here, my stop would have to be below here. I know. I know. I'm like a child. You know, I was hanging out here for like 2 hours with nobody talking to me. It was kind of boring. So I appreciate so I appreciate Coach Carter. Thank you so much for interacting with me and talking and stuff. Um, how old is your daughter for like a young adult book? Because I will get up and go find the series I was thinking of and get the name for you. It's 10:30. Wait, did we check the news on this day? Oh, we did, yeah. And that's why we should have moved it to 10 o'clock. So we had news and that's it. So interesting points of interest for this move up here. 14. Okay, so the series I'm thinking of would be good for a 14-year-old. It's cool sci-fi. There's none of the adult themes in there, not really. So yeah, let me go find the series name for you. Give me a second. And let me pause this so it doesn't go away. 1 second. Let me go find the let me go get the book. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right. I have found it. Cool. Let's press play. All right. This is so the author is PC Cast House of Night series. It is so cool. Like I'll put the first book, it's called Marked. I read this years ago and it's a really nice young adult. Woo! Yeah, I need to work out, y'all. I need to work out. Anyway, so the author is P.C.Cast plus Kristen Cast. Is that right? Yeah. So there's like a number of books, so she won't get bored, right? Like there's a number of books in the series, and it's like a really, really fun. Um, so it's like a vampire series, actually. Young vampires who, they go to school and they learn how to be vampires, and then they have to deal with different things, and it's a really cool, like I have almost all of the books. Actually, I've read all of the books. It's really, really fun read. And it's just a lovely storyline. And it's something like a young adult can enjoy. So I would not suggest having a 14-year-old read the Sarah J. Maas books. No. There are some adult themes to it, and you don't want that to be introduced too early. I don't have kids, so take that with a grain of salt. For real, take that with a grain of salt. But that series is really great. And the first book is called Marked. All right, so what do? We are at 10:35 April 1st. And don't like this price action, but I do. So if we get rejected off of this puppy right here, Juicily, but if we dig deep into it, I'm not gonna try. Also, we have not broken above the 50% of this wick. So I'm gonna wait for that to happen before we do anything. Oh, I'm not, I just love books, my friend. So, I have read so much and I cannot wait to read more. I cannot wait. There's just so much cool stuff out there, man. I can't wait. When did this move start? Where's midnight? Okay, so we started at literally the base of the Fair Value Gap and we moved up past the midpoint, dropped, took out the high again, failed to make a lower low, took out the high with wicks, still sort of just hanging out in the midpoint of this Fair Value Gap. So next push up, we could try a cheap long, but honestly, I probably wouldn't take this at all. I wouldn't take anything in here. It's just too, like, it doesn't tell any stories. It just tells me it wants to hang about, and I don't like that. And hanging about is where I lose money. Actually, now that I pulled it out, I'm gonna have to rein myself in because, like I said, I have about 8 books that I need to, 8 unread books on my bookcase that I need to finish. So I don't want to get like sucked into this storyline again, but it was so good. Like I just kept going back to the bookstore and just getting the next one and the next one and the next one. Yeah. Yeah, this one's classified as the young adult. All right. Oh, did we not speed this up? My bad. When I paused it, I didn't hit the speed up button. All right, it's 10:37 and uh let's look at the 1 hour candle that's forming here. So we swept the highs, they swept some lows here, and then they retraced back into this 1 hour order block, sort of. This one's more important to me. I don't really care about as much about this one. And now we're sort of trying to get above. Oh, my big head's in the way. Hang on. So we're like digging into this super duper dense area of choppiness. It's probably why we're still hanging about here. Let's go back to the 5 minute, because I'm finding I prefer to take my entries on the 5 minute if I can. It is so good. The storyline is so good. I think there's like 6 or 7 books in the series. It just keeps building and building on it. It's just such a good storyline. And, I really, really enjoyed it. Like, I really enjoyed reading that book. All right, so we're going to try a single micro. We finally closed a body. We finally closed a body above that. So we'll try 1 micro with a stop below that. And we're not even going to be greedy about it. We're going to see if we can just get to the top of the fair value gap here. And this is in an area I don't like at all. But yeah, the storyline is so good. Like, it's so good. And the character, the main character, she's Zoe Redbird. She's like such an interesting person. And then everybody else that she meets is like really, really fascinating. Just a good group of kids, And the way they grow and evolve together, it's well done, PC Cast. I should probably see what other series they've written together. I think they're sisters. Kristen Cast and PC Cast. Oh, it's a mom-daughter. It's a mom-daughter combo. Yeah. Yeah, so PC Cast is the mom, and then Kristen Cast is the daughter. But this book was written when? See, it's been, I got this a long time ago too, so. Oh, you know what? I've never checked out their other series, Goddess of the Rose. Oh, it'll be fun. But I need to not add any more books until I've read all the unread books in the house. All right, so we're in on a long that I'm not super excited about, but let's see what PD arrays are in between us and this thing. So we have this order block here. We're below it. There's kind of the top of this order block that we're below, because this is too much. That's too much of a stop on a 1 micro trade. The expectation is that they want to run up that way. So once they take this high out here and that one, I'll move the stop to here, because there's no point in taking a loss on this trade, in this chop zone area here. I would love for this to become a propulsion block and we just blast that way. That'd be great. Yeah. So that's good. All right, looking real juicy on the, come on. Let's get above that. Nice movement there. I don't want to like choke it, but I will reduce my stop a bit to the order block bit body in anticipation of this moving up. No joke, last week they were being real assholes though. Like, they were wicking out people like left and right. It was mean. So I move my stop to break just to about right here once we get above here. And then, see if we can't get, this will be like the only one I'd attempt, because I need to see some follow through. This is telling me I want to go higher, but no follow through, So that finally took out that high. So I'm going to just move the stop to break even right there and take my hands off the wheel, because I don't like this area. Honestly, I really don't. But closure of the fair value gap is not weird, so I'll just put it just below the bottom of that. Now we just took this high out, so they're well within their rights to turn around and come right back down to tap into something. But I'm hoping they didn't want to do that, at least not on this candle, because they did an immediate rebalance to this guy, and I'm hoping it turns all of this into I hope this becomes a propulsion block. But again, we're in some stupid range, so they can just blow right back into the range and no, never mind to anybody. Honestly. Kitty's in the way. Kitty's in the way. Nice. What flavor? Ah, chicken salmon, I think. Chicken salmon choo-choos for the kitties. The churros, yes, until 12. So I'm on for another 18 minutes or whenever this trade closes out. So one micro, $152 is actually quite incredible. So let's see if we can get it. So I'm at the point where I'm just gonna be locking in. How much time's on that 5 minute candle? Oh, it's about to be 11. Whoops, hold on. Let's put it there. The hour's about to close, so that can always smack us in the other direction if it wants to. But it's looking good for a nice push up if we can get it. Come on. Okay, new hour, 11 o'clock. We have left no fair value gaps in here. I wanted to stay above the 50% of this wick, which technically I should move my stop notice a bit because I'm right there, but it's looking potentially decent. Come on, push, push, push. Push, 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 push. So I'm gonna move. This is a new 5 minute candle that's looking juicy. I don't really need to like make the whole thing, but I am gonna trail it behind that 5 minute candle. Hmm. Been watching everything on the so far we've had immediate rebalances for everything. We're so close to come on. You can do it. Give me $200 on a single micro. That's all I'm asking. You can do it. This is how you talk to the charts, just tell it, you can do it. Come on, give me some more green on that candle. One more minute. Push, push, push. You can just like give me what pop. Snap, crackle, pop. Look at that 1 minute and see if there's some structure I can put this under. Whoops. Let's plop that there. So close. Make that structure push up. Push up. What's it doing? Good. Keep going. I'm going to just put it here because we're so close to TP that this or that is, no, never mind. Prefer that though, but I'll take, did you see that? Snap, crackle, pop. All right, we're going to put that back down there because they did that snap, crackle, pop on us. Look at it. Come on, go. You do? Yeah. But it's a single micro, so I'm like, it's all good. Look at that. I just want that one little pop. Go. Okay. We'll put that back. We're gonna now we're just gonna trail it real tight. You can do it. Go, go, go. One more push. Push, push. Why are they always so annoying? Like whenever you're about to get to like your TP, they're always like hesitating really hard. Come on, you were like right there. Why can't I come up here? So I wanted to zoom in real tight. Like, look how close. Like, come on. You don't need to do that. Just go up there. No. Look at that. That's so rude. That's so rude. I mean, I can absolutely move my stop down and just let it, you know. Well, I'm definitely moving it to here if it gets above that. Just slowly. Ah, come on. What does this look like on 5 minutes? Like to, oh, okay, hold on. We're at a 5 minute little baby order block there. Push up. You can do it. Just push up a little bit more. Just a little bit. I want to see you wiggle it. Just a little bit. And it grooves. All right, we're gonna just sit it behind this 5 minute candle. You're right, you're right. Just close it and on to the next. I don't know, it's like right there. You think I'm being, what do they say? Don't be a dick for a tick. It's just mean. It's unnecessary. Oh, come on. I would have been stopped right there. Stop me out. I'm right there. Still a good trade, though. I'm not mad at it. That's why I was like tracking it so tight on the 1 minute. I'm like, I'm not going to give back too much. Okay, well, that's still pretty good. I'm okay with that. All right. We got what? We got 12 minutes. Let's go to another day. Let's hit the Thursday and 9:40. All right, and let's dip up to the daily. All right, so hey, Sasha. Oh, she's just flopped up my legs. So cute. I can't. Oh, and let's see. We have any news? All right, just 8:30 unemployment claims. Cool, cool, cool. So on the daily, wow, we got rejected aggressively. So I mean, we're mainly bearish, but bullish up until we get into this fair value gap up here. I'm more bull. I mean, yeah, and then bearish after that. Whoa. So what are we doing? We've got this bullish fair value gap that was formed. We've just dumped into it, which also encompasses a bearish fair value gap. So if we invert the bullish one, and we can like go short, and maybe, let me just duplicate this. Maybe we get to this previous day's daily extreme. Doesn't need to, we don't need to go that far, but you know. But you're right. I could have taken just a smidge more if I just closed it there, you know? All right, so very aggressive rejection from here. Nice drop into a bullish fair value gap. If we dip up this way, this is the 4 hour. Oof. Yeah, so we drop below this. I'd be interested in a short to like the volume imbalance or something. Check left. That's a good point, right? Let's see here. Well, the problem with this is the June contract, so we're not gonna be able to see what's down there. Let's swap to just plain MNQ. So on this day we had a fair value gap down here that we dipped into and ran away from beautifully. So I hope that didn't give too much away for the day. It did. Damn it. It told us it's gonna rocket back up. Cheating. But like I said, for me, longs would be here, shorts would be down here to go here. Um, Probably just reach for this 4 hour extreme right here. Let me borrow this guy. Duplicate. Just the body. Don't need all of it. We could also just go for the base too. Ugh. Crap. Makes it so hard for me to grab. So right now we're looking real bearish, but just short term, very bullish on the original space. Move up there. So we've just disrespected all the bullish PD arrays. I don't really care about that one as much. Disrespected. This bullish fair value gap needs to tell the story. So on the daily, we did have, at least, I don't know if we have, besides the fair value gap at the base that we rejected from down here on the daily, if we had anything juicy. I want to look at it again because I want to like tell myself what happened and then change my mindset on what trade I would actually take. No joke though, this is insane. When did this start? The night before. Drop. And then London. This is London's high actually too. And they took out the lows right there. So I like that. And we're at 951. So personally, I'd like to see that hour candle close more bullish. So let's move it to, because no joke, like I'm starting to realize that depending on where you are in the hour candle as you're taking your trades, it's better to wait for, if you're too close to the end of the hour, might as well just let it close. So let's let the hour close. Beautiful closure on the 1 hour. Lovely. So I'd like that next hour to like dip back in because we have this lovely order block right here. Let's look at the 15. Now that's a very aggressive push up. Let's look at the 5 minute. I wouldn't mind if they decided to tap back down into here, and then leave me a 5 minute order block. And then I will take the long from there. That's what I would love to do. And then I could reach up to here. And I think they just took out London highs too, as well. But they took the lows out here. And then made us a sweep here and then ran up. So I would love this 5 minute candle to close into here. And then we like close a green candle above it. I'll take it out of the body. Yup. And then this will be the last trade we'll take. And then it's time to go eat some food and read some books. I'm currently so very much into book 6 of the... Dang it. Where is my... I should have grabbed the name of book 6 of the Throne of Glass series for Sarah J. Maas. But if you're an adult and you love books and you like sci-fi fantasy, her books are incredible. Read the Crescent City series first, though. Like, that one is 3 giant books. They're really, really thick. But, man, the storyline is incredible. I'm pretty sure I didn't even, like, put it down for God knows how long. It was so weird. All right, let's see if we get it. So, things I like about this. So we have fair value gap here. I would have preferred if they tapped into that, but I do like we're at a higher time frame. So this close above here sets me in a position where I need to take, I'll do a 1 micro buy and set my stop below that wick there. I know we haven't quite closed, but I'm seeing what I want to see in terms of behaviors. And then let's see if we can get up to there. And then maybe we can get a second micro in. I don't know. So this 5 minute candle has 5 minutes in it, but I like that we pushed up above it. I'm hoping, is my entry at the midpoint of the wick? Yeah. I'd more prefer the body, but we're moving kind of like nicely, so I might even need to move it to the actual wick to get in here. But the body's better. So if they choose to like tag that and then bust a little lower, I might put one more here to get the body instead. We got like 18 seconds on this 5 minute candle. It's looking like a good closure. The only annoying thing about it is that we might, if they want to dig in, I really don't think they do, but if they want to dig in, this is in the way. And there's an order block here, so that's why I'm keeping it there. Come on. See, this is why I'm saying like maybe I needed to put it at the wick here. Well, let's see if this 5 minute candle gives us a, damn it. It's just gonna run away. I can always move it here because we might get another pop. Ah, no. Check. I just didn't want the stop to be so wide at that wick, but look at that expansion. Let's see. Is there anything on the 1 minute that might have made the entry a little bit juicier? Look at that. Oh, that's so rude. And then now trying to move it up would make me feel like I'm like chasing the price, But I really like the 5 minute entry option, honestly. So I'm gonna go back. Maybe we get lucky and they wick down into it. I don't know. But that was a nice little movement up. I like the closure. We just might not get the entry we want. But if I'd done the body, I would have gotten it. Boo. So I'm doing the midpoint of the wick. She gonna move down, you think? All right. The only annoyance about this is like an immediate rebalance from an ICT perspective. So they don't technically need to come back down again, is the thing. Like they're just gonna run because they've already tapped it, which is why I was like, So, these are decisions you have to make when you're like looking at your entry options. And I chose the midpoint and did not get tagged. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's okay. She can always come back down too, but the immediate rebalance is nice. I'd preferred if they'd left like a fair value gap. Other entry opportunities might come if once they dig up into here, I would be willing to take it, as I retap and then run type thing. You think? Delete the buy? Why? What do you want me to do? You don't? Okay. The new option now becomes if they give me something in here for an entry. Can't believe I missed that just by what happened? You know what? That's weird. Well, having missed that initial entry right there, that's very disappointing, but it is what it is. These days, I don't really like taking entries on the 1 minute much anymore, unless it's like a continuation trade and it's dipped into a place that I want to see and I'm seeing the rejection. Then I'll go to the 1 minute and take the entry there. It's 10:20. All right, let's look at the 15 minute. It's looking real juicy on the 15. Still got like 9 minutes left on that. And that 1 hour candle is looking real bullish. Looking primed to run up in there. Damn, I can't believe I missed it. That's annoying. So the only thing I'd like, if we could get like a rejection down here on this 5 minute candle and then another push. That'd be good. Like a down close candle for another order block would be great. Why does that look like it's not showing exactly what I'm seeing right now? This will end all your streams. Oh, no, cancel. Whoops. I was about to hit reject by accident, reset. We're at 12. All right, this is going to be my last attempt. So this is good. I want this to close as a down close candle, and then I will take, once we push up, I'll take a long from here. So I don't think they're going to come back down. We're also already close to 10:30, so come on, make it. So that's a rejection there. Maybe we'll get an entry after all. Come on, drop it like it's hot. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put my one micro buy here. You think it'll V shape down? All right, let's see. Let's see. You're not wrong though, because it could just like blow through this and tap into this guy. But I'm willing to say that I don't necessarily think it will. So we'll get that wick. And let's get down below there. Okay. But like I said, one of my other requirements is if for it to form a down close 5-minute candle here and then bust up, and then I can take it right here as another order block up to here. So we still have a minute left in that 5-minute candle. So give it to me, or just wick down and give me an entry. That'd be great too. We have equal highs up here we could also aim for. I think that'd be like a bit much. What do you think? Come on, either give me an entry or kick rocks. Be hilarious if it just taps the top of the wick again. All right, we close nicely here. Love that. If we bust above here, I'll move my entry to here. We bust back in, then that'll be the new entry since I missed the top of this guy. Is it? Let's see. Well, this short-term version of it is bearish, but for me, I think we're still bullish because, we've just swept into a higher time frame fair value gap and stayed above the midpoint of it and then rejected beautifully off of it. So I'm still very, very interested. Oh, okay. I'm gonna move my entry to right there instead. And the stop's gonna be below this candle. So I still think it's going up. And let's see if I can get an entry at the order block. Is that a down close candle? Oh, there's two of them. Okay. One, is that green? Is that green? It's green. Okay, so this is the order block. Let's see if we can get something there. And then maybe we can get to the equal highs. Let's go for the extreme right there. This is also a situation where they could just run away from me too. They don't have to come back down and tap it. If they make a fair value gap in here, I can move it to the entry to here, stop still there. Oh, come on. Oh no, you guys. I got gypped here at my midpoint entry. Didn't come on. You know what? This is how I feel. Like this reaction that you're seeing right here is my exact reaction when this shit happens. Okay. It is so irritating. Look at that. Look at it. Why? Because we had an entry. We're in the middle of this order block and they didn't bother to tap it. And then now they're gone. Well, I mean, we called it properly and we didn't get the setup, we didn't get the entry, but just for shits and giggles, y'all, just for shits and giggles, we're gonna roll the clock back just to see, just to pretend that we did, just to have that good, feel good dopamine. Oh, that was awesome. Nah, nah. Well, nah, yeah. Who wants to see that? I want to see what the one micro would have done for us, honestly, if I'd chosen the top of the wick instead of the middle of the wick. Even a little bit into the top above the midpoint of the wick would have gotten us into that trade. Wow. That's, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I gotta see. I gotta see. This was at 10:05. Okay. So let's whip this back to 10:05 just for funsies. Just so we can like see what would have looked like to take that, to get that entry. So we're gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat because we wanna feel good. We wanna feel good about this. So we're gonna take the one micro with the stop below here that we said we wanted, and we're gonna cheat, and we're gonna like see what that one micro would have netted us for those equal highs. Oh man, that hurts my heart. But that's trading though. Like that's what happens sometimes. Like you just don't get the fill. But now that we're backtesting and we can do what we want, now we don't even have to like wait for price to like unfold. We're just gonna push it forward. You know? Just gonna push it forward. 20 minutes just to see the juicy yum yums. And what if we'd gotten it, what we would have felt like after that. Let's push it forward another 5 minutes. I think 10:30. Let's just do that just to feel good about our lives. We had like this and then we said we would take it here and they just ran away again. All right. Let's go 10:35. Was that 10:40 when that pushed up? Let's just keep pushing. And look at that, like one micro trade. So at that point, I would have moved my stop to here. We are like literally, above break even. And now it's just running. This is one micro. What? That's incredible. And we just move the stop to just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna be like this. I just put it at the base of the 5 minute candle. Oh, one micro, y'all. One micro. What? Okay, so what does that teach us? We're gonna just put the entry at the wick and not bother with the midpoint or any of that crap because then we might lose our ability to get to it. So if we just done that, that's how much we would have made on just micros in a week. Wow. That just makes me feel better about trading my 1 and 2 micros. I did cheat. You're damn right I did. But I said it. I said I was gonna cheat, and we're gonna pull the curtain back, and we're gonna like freaking see what it would have netted us. Because I had no concept of how much that move would have netted. So now I know that would have been like $600 on a single micro. Wow. Anyway, all right. Well, I think that's it for me today. I will be I've been doing my pre-market prep videos, so feel free to watch those. Those are my way of like getting myself sorted out for the day and what I'm looking for and what I'm waiting for. So, if you have time, take a look. Let me know your thoughts. I'm wondering if I should do like a post prep to see how well my predictions like actually came through for the day. Let me know in the comments. Hey, Coach Carter, I hope your daughter, if you do get her the PC Cast series, let me know how she likes it next time we talk, because I know I really, really enjoyed this series, like, so much. I just kept buying each book. As soon as I was done, I have a nice bookcase full of the whole series. It's so great. All right, it's time for me to go get to reading and enjoying the rest of the day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and being so supportive and what's the other word? Just in the chat, Coach Carter. I appreciate you. All right, well, enjoy the rest of the lovely rainy day. We're both enjoying rainy days. It's rainy here. And now it's time for me to like pick up a kitty and give her lots and lots of cuteness aggression. Wait, maybe you can see the cuteness aggression. Hey, Sasha. Hey, Sasha, come here, baby. Who's my kitty? Can I pick you up? This kitty was under the desk. Boy, just hanging out by my feet. This is Sasha. She is adorable. Yes, have a blessed week. This is a kitty. Bye bye. That was fun.